Okay, hello everyone, welcome. So I'm just going to quickly go through a very quick fire video on the differences between ground arcade battles, ground realistic battles, and simulator battles. Now, most of this information will be apparent to you if you just hover over this, but we'll go through this in a real case real quick. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump into a ground arcade battle, quickly talk about some of the key differences. I'm going to rush through it and just get killed so I can get out of it. And then I'm going to go to a ground realistic battle, show you guys some key differences, rush through it and whatever, cut the video, move fast forward, and all the things. And then I'm going to get to simulator battles. I'm going to go into it and I'm going to show you the key differences. Now, if I do go through any of these things and I get something incorrect, please let me know in the comments so that I know. And so when I'm streaming live on Twitch and somebody asks me, I can then tell them. So help me, all right, please? Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is cut to the chase. I'm going to go straight to arcade battles. Now, the reason why I'm using this tank is because I have previously went and checked and made sure that is in this lineup for the tank sim lineup, which we'll get to later. But I wanted to do this all in the same tank throughout the whole video. So that's the reason why I'm using this tank. And I'm not going to talk about BR or anything like that. I am literally just going to talk about the key differences in the game. So hopefully you guys know about the battle ratings and the different brackets and up tiering and all that stuff. I'm not going to talk about that now. We are just literally going to go into battles and talk about the key differences between these game modes. Alright, now hopefully we get blessed with some good maps here so that I can tell you guys now. Already I'm on a snow map, so put your sunglasses on. But here we go. First of all, when you are presented with the screen, please note that when you go to battle, you get 3 spawns. This is arcade. You get 3 spawns no matter what you choose. You're going to have 3 chances to spawn. Hopefully you guys know how to spawn. I'm just going to choose a random spawn point. Now, note the first thing that I want you to see is that everybody has a name. Okay, so we can see who friendly is. Please note as well that there is a blue crosshair, and that means that when I'm clicking right now and nothing is happening. I can fire there, but I cannot fire at my friendly. So you can see that blue marker there, it's a cross. It means that that is friendly. I do not shoot him. Let's talk about camera modes real quick. Okay, let's just get on the move. So you have 4 different camera, or let's call it 5. You get this one. You get this camera mode, which is third person view. You get this camera mode, which is your commander view. You get this camera mode, which is your gunner view. You get this camera mode, which is your driver view. And then of course, once again, you also get your binocular view. Okay, so you get those view modes in arcade. Now, please take note, on the map I can see where all my friendlies are. I can also see where most or some of the enemies are. Now that is all dependent, please correct me here, but I think that depends on your skill crew, the skill of your crew that you need to upgrade and update. Alright, so I believe you can see further and further depending on how good your guys are. Also note that not only on the map, but I can also see the name tags. Now this, ladies and gentlemen, means that they can see mine as well, which is the reason why you might get killed a lot, because well, they know where you are. So that is a very big key difference in arcade. Another thing you're going to notice is the crosshair. You'll see there's a white crosshair. It will turn different colors as you look at different enemies. So it's white, meaning your gun's free and there's nothing, you're not really shooting at anything. If it's, now this is where things are going to fall downhill for me, please correct me. But if it is green, it means that you're going to do very good damage. If it is red, you'll do some damage. If it is amber, you'll do very little damage. And if it is black, you will do no damage. So keep an eye on that thing, and it will adjust according to range. You don't have to range anything. You're basically going to shoot wherever that thing is targeting. Okay? So take that into account. Let's go see if we can actually do that without dying. So I can give you guys a bit of a... Oop, I'm bumping this guy over here. Sorry, friend. Right, there's a guy over here. You'll see the different colors popping up. Oh, I got no gun depression. Okay. And there it's green, it's red. Oh, God. Our gunner is dead. But I hope you saw that. It was like really quick. You saw a green and you saw a red. He's dead. But look at the distance of it now compared to there and there. That means that's where my shell is going to fall. You see there? Boom. My shell fell right down over there. So that helps you aim in arcade mode. There's a guy back there. I wonder... I'm so bad at arcade, man. I don't know how to target him. I'm trying to get guns on the air. Maybe this guy. I don't think I can do any damage to him because I'm not getting like a report. Let's just back up. Let's go see if we can find a target that I can give you guys a good sort of idea. But I hope you get the idea. And if you've ever played this game mode, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. That crosshair changes different colors, and that will determine the type of damage you're going to do on that guy. Please note once again, I can see everyone on the map. They can see me. So take that into account. I think a lot of the enemies dying already. Also take note of the aeroplane. These slots at the bottom. I can choose to take a different aircraft. Now, the arcade experts, you guys will tell me how that works, because I am not 100% sure. You know, depending on how many spawn points you get, or like the time of battle. There we go. See, I can get into an airplane. I'm going to press 7. Your air battle starts in 10 seconds. Now, I believe that your tank stays in the battle. It does not disappear. Your tank will stay in the battle. And, apparently there's no enemy interceptors, whatever. So I don't know how the air thing works, but basically you jump into an aircraft, you fly in the air, you do a little mission, and then you come back to your tank if it's still alive. If it is dead, then unfortunately it's dead, and you cannot get back into it, I think. Please let me know in the comments. Anyway, I'm going to leave this battle. You guys do get the point. Hopefully. So that's arcade battles. I'm just going to leave and jump out of here. Now, okay, so that was ground arcade battles. What we learned from ground arcade battles is that you have third-person view, you have commander, gunner, driver, and binocular views, right? You also get to see where you are going to shoot with a little white crosshair that turns green means good, red means you'll do some damage, yellow means you'll do a little bit of damage, and I believe there's a black, which means that you will do no damage. So, you know, you try to find a different angle, really. It will help you with ranging and all that good stuff. Okay. We also learned that all your friendlies have name tags. Okay. And all the enemies have name tags as well. You can see all your friendlies on the map, and all the enemy can see you on the map as well. So that is arcade in a nutshell, really. Okay. Let's go to realistic battles real quick. And we'll just look at the very, very quick key differences between arcade and realistic. I got a lockout crew now because I just left the battle. So I'm just going to jump into this. I know it's a different tank now, but hopefully you guys will get the idea, right? So I'm just going to go into realistic battle. That crew got locked because I left the battle. So you get a lockout timer. It's to prevent people from just freaking leaving battles. Alright, this one will be good. I wish I got this map for arcade as well. But we will still be able to see the different things. I just wanted to use the same tank so you guys would see that it's the same tank. I'm not doing anything weird with different tanks. It's got nothing to do with that. But yeah, we'll just use this tank for now, okay? Oh, cancel! Please note, over here, the difference here is I get 100 spawn points to spawn in the battle. My airplane is much more than that. I cannot spawn in that aircraft. It is too expensive. So what you got to do in realistic mode is you have to go do good things, and then you earn spawn points. And when you earn spawn points, you can then jump into an airplane. You do not get the capabilities of just jumping into an aircraft mid-battle. Alright, so let's have a look. I have got third-person view, commander, gunner, driver, and I also have the binos. Okay. Note that all my friends have got name tags. Please note that I can shoot my friend, but it will do nothing. I will not do any damage to him. Okay, so just take that as a note. Also note as well that I have the round circle. It's no longer an X. It's no longer a cross, meaning that it does not tell me anymore if I'm going to do damage. So I no longer have green, red, amber, or black. I have none of those colors. I have to figure out myself, as the tank commander, if I am going to do damage to that vehicle in front of me or not. Okay. So there is no assist with that. Also note that something I forgot to mention is in arcade and in realistic battles, your tanks move a bit quicker. They move a lot more quicker than when you're playing in simulator battles. Alright, so please note as well, I do not know what's shooting us. I cannot see where the enemy is. There's nothing on the map. Nothing is showing on the map. I do not know what is shooting these guys. So I am hidden, which means they are hidden as well. Okay, now take note there as well that I did not get a report. I got a report, but I did not get a little crosshair to say that, okay, I can shoot that guy and it's going to give me damage, right? I had to sort of guess where to shoot him. So there we go. You see that there? That guy was spotted, which means he will glow on the map for a little while and then disappear. So in arcade, he would stay there and you would see all the enemy. But in realistic mode, once an enemy is spotted, they will show up on the map for a little while and then they will disappear after that. Now, I have got 180 spawn points. Well, that's how much it's going to cost me to spawn in. So I've still got 400 points left. So I'm just going to spawn randomly. Let's just get in there again. But I do think you guys get the point at this moment. That realistic is a slight... Now, some might argue with me, it is a slight step up. It is a slightly more difficult. But each game mode has its own difficulties. Like, I find the fact that in arcade, that everyone knows where you are, I find that very difficult because I am more of a sort of defensive player. I'm not a very aggressive player, so with them knowing where I am all the time, it kind of it hinders my... why is my gun always getting killed? It hinders my my game, right? So I find that a bit more difficult, but you know, each to their own. But yes, every game mode has its challenges. So there we go. I did not know that that guy was going to be damaged, but I knew because I hit him where I wanted to try and hit him. What just shot me now? There we go. And that's realistic. I don't know what shot me. What hit me from where, right? And that is some of the key differences there as well with I don't want to do that. I don't want to do another one. So I'm just going to leave there and probably get a lockout timer. Okay, Russia tanks are dead. That's fine. Alright, so what do we know about realistic now? Now we know that in realistic, you get a certain amount of spawn points. You have to earn a certain amount of spawn points to stay in the battle. You don't, like in arcade, you get 3 spawns and that is it. But in realistic, you have to earn your way to carry on playing, right? You have to earn more spawn points to get into your aircraft, for example. We know that we can see our friends. We know that we cannot see the enemy, and we know that the enemy cannot see us. Unless we are marked on the map, or unless we mark an enemy on the map by spotting them, we will not know that they are there. Okay, so those are the main differences there. Hopefully I haven't missed anything out, but we'll get to that. That crew's locked. Okay, I'm just going to use the Panther for this one, guys. Please forgive me for not using the same tank like I wanted to, but hopefully you guys do understand. I'm not going to sit here waiting for that. Okay, so I'm going to go into simulation battles now. So what I'm going to do is here I'm going to change to simulator, and this will pop up this screen. Right, now when you click on that, you get air simulator battles, which is just aircraft, no tanks. Since we are looking only at tanks today, we're only going to focus on these two. Now the first one is the lower tier or lower BR ground sim battles, and this one is the higher BR sim battles. Now these things will rotate. You'll see here it says ends in 18 hours, right? So when this ends, this will rotate. So these lower sim battles the roster will change, these tanks will change, and it will jump to a different one. And these ones will also change, and it will jump to a different one. Now, this will probably go a lot higher to your more modern tanks, and this will stay like sort of World War II type vibe, all right? Now, important to note here is that you have to have one of these tanks on this lineup. If you don't have any of these tanks, you can take an airplane only. If you only want to fly aircraft, you do not have to fly take any tanks. You can go with just aircraft if you want. But you basically need to have one of these tanks on this list. Also note that it is all Allied versus Axis, meaning that you will not get Germany versus Japan. You will not get Japan versus Italy. You will always have Axis versus Allied. Alright, let's go. I went with Axis anyway. Alright, so straight away, this is a decent map for me to explain what's going on. There's going to be quick action though, so it's not sometimes with some battles it's a lot larger. But I think they've recently actually changed that. We'll see. Alright, so over here you'll notice that straight away we can spawn straight into an aircraft. You do not have to be on the ground first with some battles. You can actually just take airplanes if you want. You have a maximum of 1,000 spawn points. These deplete over depending on what sort of tank you take. So a heavy tank is 450, a medium tank is 300. Some TDs can be 450, I believe, but mostly the TDs or tank destroyers will be 300. And your aircraft will vary depending on if you take bombs or if you don't take bombs. It will change. So now it's 311 because I put a bomb on it. So you only have that. You cannot earn any more. Alright? So when you do spawn, please take note of that because you will use up spawn points for a heavier vehicle, which means you'll get less spawns. First thing I want to notice before that guy drives off into the distance, there are no name tags. We do not know if that's enemy or not. The only way you would know is by positively IDing tanks. For example, look at that tank over there. That is technically that's a captured vehicle. We wouldn't really know what it was, but there are no name tags. If I do range find him, it's gone now, he moved. But yeah, you do not know who is friendly or who is enemy unless you personally know what tank you're using. Something else to note is I am stuck in the commander view. I do not have third person view. I do have the gunner view, and I do have the driver view, and I do have the binos. Okay, so you're stuck in commander view, which means I like this because there's no wall. When you use third person to kind of like look around walls and stuff. You can't do that in simulation battles. Sometimes the driver, depending on your tank, can see just before your commander can. So sometimes the driver view can be quite helpful. Please note as well, I see nothing on the map. I do not know where any sort of friendlies are. I do not know where any sort of enemies are. It will literally never pop up. You can't spot either. So there's no spotting in ground sim. You cannot spot the enemy and show them up. You will have to click on the map to point an attention to whatever you might have found. Now, very, very importantly, this is a friendly, right? If I range this guy, you will see it says request location of allies. Boom, allies at coordinates. I know this is a friendly. But, importantly, if I shoot this guy right now, I will kill him. So please do not shoot your friendlies. Do not just shoot any tank in simulation mode, because you will kill friendlies. And if you kill two friendlies, you get kicked from the battle. If I do shoot a friendly, and I hit him in a spot that does not kill him, I will get no battle report, but I will get to see what crew has been killed. So you will get to see what crew has been killed, but you will not get the full battle report. In that case, stop shooting because you've now shot a friendly. Something else, or lastly, before we jump out of this, is you'll notice that in the gunner view, I have got the barrel over here, right? So this means that the gunner himself is sitting over here. He's using his gunner sights and he's not perfectly aligned with the barrel. This means that there's parallax, meaning that when you shoot, if the round hit there now, it did not hit perfectly there, it hit there. So you need to take into account for parallax. Now obviously this diminishes over range, so the further away something is, the less it's going to be a problem. But the closer it is, the more it's going to be, you'll have to adjust for it. Okay, so that's the main things. Those are the main things that I can think of off the top of my head. I want you guys to note as well, or sort of like a tip, is audio is very, very important in Sim, because if you press I and you turn your engine off, you can listen for different engines around you, depending on their distance, of course. And this can very, very much give you an advantage to other players who are not using headphones, and who might, for example, be playing music in the background and they're not really listening. You can get quite a big advantage over that, and once you start getting really good at it, you will start hearing the differences between engines. Like, I, for example, can tell you if there is a Russian tank or if there is an American tank around the corner. I can also tell you if there's a German tank around the corner. You sort of get used to the different sounds of the engines and the tracks of the vehicles that are rolling around. So using your audio is quite an advantage in simulation mode. Okay, so there we go. We had no idea that that was an enemy. Hi, love. Sorry, I'm just saying hello to my girlfriend quick. So we had no idea that that was an enemy. But I knew because I was a Sherman, and I was able to identify that. But if you're not sure, like now if I range this, Stuck is going to go in my way, but if I range this, it'll say no LRZ coordinates. Oh, that guy was. I wonder if they've changed that. Let's have a look at this. There we go. So it would have said no LRZ coordinates, and which means I would be able to, I would then be able to shoot him. That can help you, but obviously when it's in a pinch and you don't have time, you don't always have time for that, so it's better to sort of ID and know what tanks you are fighting with and against. But that's basically Sim. The nice thing as well is you do get that tank list as well before you join, so you can see exactly who you are fighting against, and you can see exactly who you are fighting with. There's no there's no up tiering. You don't take a 6.0 and all of a sudden you're in a 7.0 battle. There's some discussion though about it, because some of the lineups, there are some quite OP tanks and they shouldn't really be there, but what do we know as simple Gaijin what are we? I don't know. Minions. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, that's simulation mode. That's arcade mode. That's realistic mode, and those are the key differences. And I hope that you guys now understand sort of the key differences. Once again, if I have missed anything, please let me know in the comments. I'm just going to leave that battle so that I can talk to you guys. So once again, if I have missed anything, please let me know in the comments. And yeah, we'll fix that, because that'll help me a lot when I'm streaming live on Twitch, and maybe somebody asks me a question and I don't really know. But yeah, thank you guys very, very much. Hopefully I didn't miss anything, and hopefully you guys sort of got to see the key differences at least, or some of the main differences between arcade, ground battles, ground realistic battles, and simulator battles. And that's it. My name is SittingDuck01, and I am on Twitch under the same name. If you ever want to come and join, I also, don't mind playing with friends. If you guys ever want to come and join and chat with us, or maybe even joining in some games as well, please let me know. And yeah, take good care, guys. Thank you all very, very much.